This channel, $1 Million Made Easy, was made for you. I want to share this with as many people as possible. I want to show you that it's very possible to have $1 million at retirement if you start early enough. What I do is I run numbers for people. I just got this request for somebody. He said he's 39 years old and he says he has 550,000 saved up. I like to run numbers for every age, especially young people, but those people that are already in their late 30s, early 40s, I want to run the numbers for you also. So this person has 550,000. He wonders where he might be if he could contribute 2,000 a month. Now again, this may not be your scenario. You may have a lot less, you may be younger, you may not have that much saved up, but I'll run numbers for anybody. I just want people to see what the S&P 500 has been doing for the last 100 years, and I believe it's not going to be any worse or any better than the last 100 years. If you think about it, we had the Depression, we had the dot-com bubble, we had the 73, 74 embargo. Don't believe it's going to be much worse or much better than the 80s and the 90s. So I want to run the numbers for this individual. And again, we're going to come up with a range. Since he's 39, we're probably going to be looking at the 25-year column. Over here, we got the 20, 25, 30, and 35, actually 40-year column also. For this individual, I want you to notice something. 550,000, contributing 2,000 a month. You want to know how early he could retire without worry. Well, look at this. In the worst case scenario in this 25-year column, once you go down through here, if the returns were like 1924 going forward, you'd have 5 million, 6 million. From 1931, 11 million. I mean, look at 1929, the Depression years, right here, over here. And yet, look at the numbers. This is 1924, here's 1929. I mean, look at it. You start out with 550, and all it does is drop for the first 4 to 6 years. But if you stay with it for 25, 30, especially 35 and 40 years, you're going to see these kind of numbers. It happens over and over again. Stock market goes through cycles. The S&P 500 goes through cycles. You can see them right here. Let's see here, return by decade. Right here. 1930 was a bad decade. But if you can be in it for 25, 30, 35 years, you're going to catch these good numbers. If you start in 1980, you may be going along really good, and all of a sudden you hit 2000, 2002, and also 2008. But if you're in it for the long run, these are the kind of numbers. This individual wanted to know at what age he could possibly retire. Even in the worst case, I like to run it from 1973 on, because some people say we're never going to have the Depression again. But I guess I can't say that, but I want to run it from 1973, more recent times, which we see the down years there. And in that case, after 25 years, right here, $15 million, because he's starting with 550 and he's putting in 2K, 25 years. In fact, if you look down through here, he wants to know when he could retire and withdraw 3,500 a month. Well, we've seen in other videos, once you get to $1 million and you use the 4% rule, your money's going to last. Through every single possible year, your money will last. You can check out some of my other videos for that. But the 4% rule, if you have $1 million, you're not going to run out of money. We're talking a lot more than $1 million here, folks. Look at this. For 25 years, even after 20 years, the worst case scenario, you got $2.122 million with this scenario. 550K, 2,000 a month. He wants to know when's the earliest he could retire. I could see him retiring. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but just looking at the numbers, let's just pick this one right here. This is the worst case scenario in the last 100 years. $2.122 million. Let me just go over here real quick because he wanted to know when he could possibly retire. 2.122, 2.122. I don't remember the rest of it, but 2.122 million. Withdrawing 3,500 a month. Updating this. How much money would you have after 10 and 20 years? First of all, you're not even going to get back down. The lowest and the worst case scenario is 1929. And in that case, after 10 years, you'll be down to 1.709. Let me show you these numbers real quick here. I don't want this video to be too long here. But even in this case scenario, with the Depression type scenario, Yeah, it would have gotten down there to 531,000, but he's taken out 3,500 and his money's going to last. In fact, it's going to build back up to the point where after 20 years, he's going to have 2.522 million. After 25 years, 4.876. So he could definitely raise this up. I just wanted to show you some numbers. Somebody requested these. I'll run numbers for you. I just love doing this because I believe that S&P 500 is the way to get to $1 million first of all, and then as you reach the withdrawal stage, you can see what it can do for you even in the withdrawal stage. But again, consider subscribing to our channel. Tell your friends about these numbers. I'll run any numbers that they want. I just want this information to get out. Thanks for watching.